Good morning, students. How are you today? Welcome to another class. The topic for today is present perfect, and the objective is to analyze the use and structure of present perfect, right? But first of all, I want you to remember when do we use so and neither? Excellent. We use so and neither when we want to express that we agree with someone or something, right? And do you remember when do we use so and when do we use neither? Very good. We use so in positive statements and we use neither in negative statements, right? Okay. And do you know when do we use present perfect? And what is the structure of present perfect? Very good. Okay. Today we are going to see that, right? Okay, let's start. We have 4 uses of present perfect, right? The first one is to talk about, here we have, to talk about a state that started in the past and continue until now. The first use, el primer uso, nosotros lo usamos cuando hablamos de acciones o estados que empezaron en el pasado y continúan hasta ahora. For example, I have lived in England for 5 years. Yo he vivido en Inglaterra por 5 años. That means that I started living 5 years ago. Yo empecé viviendo 5 años antes, hace 5 años en Inglaterra y hasta ahora lo sigo haciendo, right? I have been an engineer since 2005. Yo he sido una ingeniera desde el 2005. Entonces yo me gradué el 2005 y hasta ahora continúo siendo mi profesión, right? I haven't seen Steven since last week. No he visto a Steven desde la semana anterior. La semana anterior no lo vi y ahora no lo vi. Algo que pasó antes y hasta sigue siendo la misma realidad hasta el día de hoy, right? Okay, the second use is we use present perfect to talk about life experience. Usamos el presente perfecto para hablar acerca de las experiencias de la vida. For example, here we have, the party was the worst I've ever been to. La fiesta fue la peor en la que yo he estado. ¿Sí? Es una experiencia que usted tuvo y no fue muy buena, right? I haven't seen the movie yet. No he visto esa película aún. ¿Sí? Es una experiencia que usted no ha tenido. Todavía no ha visto esa película, right? I have never been to Spain. No he estado nunca en España. And as you can notice, we use expressions like never, yet, and ever, right? And also we use present perfect to say that something has happened several times. También usamos el presente perfecto para hablar de acciones que han pasado algunas veces. For example, so far this morning I have made 3 phone calls. En esta mañana ya he hecho 3 llamadas de teléfono. Es una acción que se ha repetido, right? In the past and could probably happen in the future. Y también podría pasar en el futuro, pero es una acción que ya se ha repetido. The other example, I have been to France twice so far this year. En este año ya he estado en Francia 2 veces. Twice. Twice es 2 veces, right? And we have the present perfect to talk about recent past events. También usamos el presente perfecto para hablar de eventos pasados recientes. For example, she has recently changed jobs. Ella recientemente ha cambiado de trabajos. I have just finished lunch. I'm not hungry. Acabo de terminar de almorzar. No tengo hambre. Right? And I have already read that book. Yo ya he leído ese libro. Right? Okay, as you can see here, we have to use expressions like already, just, and recently, right? Okay. In order to summarize, what are the four uses of present perfect? ¿Cuáles son los 4 usos del presente perfecto? Muy bien, hablamos de acciones que empezaron antes y continúan en el presente. Para hablar de experiencias de la vida. Para hablar de acciones que se han repetido varias veces. Y también para hablar de eventos pasados recientes, ¿ok? Let's continue. Here we have a reading. Aquí tenemos una lectura. And we're going to find the present perfect structure. Vamos a encontrar en esta lectura la estructura del presente perfecto, right? Okay, Jim. Well, that could be a problem. This job will require, will is future, right? Require a lot of international experience. I think we need someone who, relative clause, si se acuerdan, relative clause. I need someone who has worked in an international environment. Mark, well, what about Larry? We haven't met him yet, but his resume looks good. He has been a salesperson in the food industry for 13 years. He has lived in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. In the past 4 years, he has learned how to speak Spanish and French. Okay, we have here someone who has worked in an international environment. Aquí estamos hablando de una experiencia que pasó antes y puede persistir en el presente. Alguien que ha trabajado antes en un ambiente internacional, right? We haven't met him, Larry, right? But his resume looks good. No lo hemos conocido, una experiencia de la vida. No hemos tenido la experiencia de conocer a esta persona, pero su currículo es muy bueno. He has been a salesperson. Él ha sido un azafato, right? In the food industry for 13 years. And he has lived in the United States. Es otra experiencia de la vida. Él ha vivido en Estados Unidos, Canadá, and Mexico, right? He has learned, experiencia de la vida. Él ha aprendido cómo hablar en español and French, right? Okay, did you notice the structure? Let's see. To form the present perfect, you always need have and has and the past participle of a verb, right? As you can see here, the auxiliary of this tense is have or has. Have for the subject, I, you, we, they. And has we use for he, she, and it. So, this is the structure. Subject, I, you, we, they, he, she, it. The auxiliary, have or has, plus the verb in past participle. What is the verb in past participle? Do you remember? We have a list of verbs and we have 3 columns. Base form, past form, and past participle form. We are going to use the 3rd column of the irregular verbs, right? Let's see. In order to form the present perfect, you need to remember that in English we have 2 kinds of verbs. We have regular verbs and irregular verbs, right? First of all, the regular verbs. How we are going to transform regular verbs into past participle form. This is the way. We are going to use the same rules for the past simple, right? For example, we have to use the base form of the verb plus ed. Like walked, walked, play, played, right? We just have to add ed in order to make the past simple and the past participle form, right? And also we have some verbs that the ending is in e plus d. For example, like and move. We just have to add d, right? And also we have verbs that which ending is in a consonant plus y. Right? In this case, we have to change y into I and add ed. For example, carry, carried, study, studied, right? We have to change y into I and add ed, okay? And we have some verbs ending in a single consonant, one syllable, right? The second last letter is a vowel, and we have to double the last letter and add ed. Hay algunos verbos que tienen una sola sílaba y siguen el patrón de consonante, sonido consonántico, ¿sí? El sonido de la consonante, la vocal y la consonante. Por ejemplo, for example, we have plan. Plan es un sonido consonántico, vowel, vocal, and consonant, y consonante. Y es una sola sílaba. Plan, stop, swim. Another one. Okay, that's it. We have to double the last consonant. Vamos a duplicar la última consonante. And we have to add ed. Vamos a aumentar ed. In order to make the past simple form and the past participle form. Estas dos formas nos sirven tanto para el pasado simple como para el pasado participio de los verbos regulares. Okay? For example, we have talk, talked, talked. We have want, wanted, wanted. Open, opened, opened. Close, closed, closed. Right? We have clean, cleaned, cleaned. Dance, danced, danced. Cry, cried, cried. Watch, watched, watched. Right? We have shirt, shirt, shirt. Study, studied, studied. Cold, cold, cold. Cook, cooked, cooked. Right? As you can notice, base form, forma base, pasado simple, pasado participio. The same structure, okay? Now we have the irregular verbs. With the irregular verbs, some of these change completely. For example, we have the verb go. The past form is went and the past participle form is gone. Algunos verbos regulares cambian totalmente. Por ejemplo, tenemos el go en forma base o presente, el went en pasado y el gone en pasado participio. So, we are going to use the past participle form in order to make the present perfect. Entonces vamos a usar el pasado participio de los verbos para hacer o formar oraciones en presente perfecto. Okay? Here we have some irregular verbs like win, won, break, broke, broken. Notice the difference. Algunos verbos irregulares tienen la forma pasada y pasada participio de la misma manera, pero hay otros que cambian. Por ejemplo, tenemos break, broke, broken. Aquí ya cambió forma base, pasado del verbo break, broke, y el pasado participio broken, right? Find, found, give, gave, given, right? And we have also some verbs that don't change, right? Algunos verbos que no cambian. For example, we have cut, cut, cut. Could, como dicen ustedes, este va a ser en forma base, pasado y pasado participio. And we have think, thought, take, took, taken, buy, bought, right? Here we have write, wrote, read, read. En esta parte del verbo read, el verbo read en presente, la escritura no cambia en el pasado ni en el pasado participio, pero sí la pronunciación. En presente es read y en pasado read y en pasado participio read. Like the color, right? Sleep, slept, slept. Run. Okay? Now, how we are going to form the present perfect? We are going to use the subject, the auxiliary, the verb in past participle, and the complement. Notice the types of subjects. Noten los tipos de sujetos. It could be I, you, Juan, Marta, my dog, Luis and Mike, the group, we, I, the markers, the sky, the door, etc. We can use any subject. Podemos usar cualquier sujeto, ¿sí? But we have to notice which auxiliary do we have to use. For example, for I, you, we, you, they, we have to use have. And for he, she, it, has, right? Look, Juan has. Juan is he, right? We have to use has. Marta is she. We have to use has. My dog is it. We have to use has. Luis and Mike, they. We have to use have, right? Pay attention in this part. And of course, we have to use the verb in past participle, right? For example, visited, this is a regular verb, we have to use ed. Gone is the past participle form of the verb go, we have to use gone, right? Eat, eaten is the past participle form of eat. Being is the past participle form of the verb to be. Seeing is the past participle form of see, right? Okay. Now we are going to see some contractions. For example, I have, the contraction is I've. You have, you've. She has, she's, he has, his, it has, its. We have, we've. You have, you've. They have, they've, right? And we have the contraction in negative form. Have plus not, haven't. Has plus not, hasn't. In this part, maybe you have a question. En esta parte, tal vez ustedes tienen una pregunta que yo también me la hice cuando estaba aprendiendo. How we are going to recognize if it is he is or he has, because they have the same contraction. ¿Cómo reconocemos cuando es he is o he has? Porque tienen la misma contracción, ¿no? Del verbo to be. Entonces, se dan cuenta de acuerdo con el contexto de la oración. Si la oración he is va seguida de un verbo en pasado participio, estamos hablando del presente perfecto, o sea, el auxiliar has. He's studied English. Él ha estudiado inglés. Pero si vamos acompañándolo, sabemos que el verbo to be nos sirve para describir, ¿sí? Es un verbo de estado, nos sirve para describir. Entonces, seguido del verbo to be vamos a encontrar adjetivos, profesiones, lugares, ¿sí? Entonces, si decimos he is in the school, obviamente estamos hablando del verbo to be porque in the school is a place, right? And according to the context, we are going to notice what we are talking about. If it is has, the auxiliary, or if it is the verb to be, right? Okay. Now, to form the negative form, we just have to add not, right? For example, have plus not, haven't, and has plus not, hasn't. I have played soccer in this team. I haven't played soccer in this team. Noten algo aquí, chicos. En el pasado simple, cuando nosotros ya usamos el auxiliar did o didn't para hacerle negativo, el verbo va en su forma base. Lo que no funciona en el presente perfecto. El verbo continúa siendo en forma pasado participio. Muy bien, ¿sí? Entonces, siempre vamos a usar el verbo en pasado participio, sea que la oración sea positiva o negativa, right? Carlos has gone to Houston. Carlos hasn't gone to Houston. Sandra has met a famous actor. Sandra hasn't met a famous actor. We have worked here since 2001. We haven't worked here since 2001. Okay. Let's practice. Here we have my mother. Which auxiliary do we have to use? Has, because my mother is she, right? And the verb prepare is a regular verb. We have to add ed. Susan and Carlos is they. We have to use the auxiliary have. And the verb go, we have to use in the past participle form, which is gone, right? I plus the auxiliary have. This is negative, have not. And the past participle form of the verb see, which is seen. The teacher could be he or she. We are going to use has. And the past participle form of this verb, the regular verb, we just have to use ed. Maria is she. We have to use has. And the past participle form of paint, painted, because it's a regular verb. And also we have, right? Not saved the base, the past participle form of the verb save. We just have to add ed, right? Okay, my dear students, that's it for today. The optional activity that you have to do, la actividad opcional que ustedes tienen que hacer es escoger una canción en inglés, grabar su voz y subirla al Classroom. It's gonna give you some extra points. Va a darles un poquito de puntos extra, ¿sí? And les va a ayudar bastante en la pronunciación y en el listening también, ¿sí? Okay, my dear students, see you tomorrow. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.